You can do that at any point in time in your life, because if it's not adding to you, it's taken away from you. So you talking about somebody else, don't you know that you putting that energy out into the universe, that same thing is going to happen to you? So you can't be shocked when you hear, oh, such and such been talking trash about you. You should know like that's going to happen, period. Especially if you out here talking trash about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Life just, you got to understand the universal laws.
Hold on. You said Miss Thirsty Fresh made this beat?
Peace. What's up, y'all? Boy, what's going on? How y'all boy doing? Divine Rising. Oh, I hope you having a good day whenever you listening to this. But this your girl Harley Swoosh already, and you already know it's the Positive Podcast. You know I'm coming with positivity, you know, education, you know, whatever I can give y'all, you know what I'm saying, throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? So listen, let me tell you what sparked off today's podcast conversation. I was just up early as usual. I kind of struggled to get up earlier today. Like I normally set my alarm for 3:45, but for the past 2 days, I only been getting up at like 5 something. I don't know why I kept doing that, but I'm gonna make sure like next week, like I'm getting up at 3:45. When my alarm goes off, I'm getting up and going in the shower to wake myself up or something, because I need to get up early. But anyways, I got up, and after I had showered and kind of got myself together to get ready to start working, I put on my Apple Watch, and I looked down at my Apple Watch, and my Apple Watch is synced with my phone, so like my pictures are on there also. So it showed a picture of this screenshot that I had, and on the screenshot it says you're allowed to change the cost that it takes to access you. But I wanted to kind of add to that and say you're allowed to change the cost of and the process it takes to access you. Let me tell you something. That's why I started the song off with Faith Evans. That's why I started the podcast off with Faith Evans' song, I Love You, because first of all, that's my motherfucking shit. Like, I love that song. Her voice is just so angelic and so pretty and soft, and I just love it. So when the song came out and I heard it, I was like going ham. Like, I know the song in and out, up and down, all around. What's up? Because I'm from Chucktown. All right. Like, I know that song so well because it's talking about love. And honestly, I'm a love song type of chick. You know what I'm saying? I love slow songs. Like, I love like R&B. Girl, that is my thing. Don't get me wrong. I still like rap and other genres of music. But slow songs, that's my shit. That's how you gonna get me, baby. Okay? The beginning of the song is really what hits. You hear her angelic voice and she says, my heart belongs to you. So what could I do to make you feel I'm down with you? And the thing that goes across my mind immediately is that is so beautiful for her to sing that to a man, but I'm wondering if she sings those same words to herself. You've got to remember, guys, as I will preach, and I will continue to preach until I no longer have breath in my body, you cannot fully love someone else unless you fully love you. Okay? Okay? So it's like, do you love yourself enough to set boundaries for other people who do not deserve access to you to not? I know you got exes that you still love and you still care for, but that does not mean that they have to have direct access to you. Meaning, they can literally pick up their phone and decide, I'm bored. Let me go and fuck with this nigga real quick. Let me see what they doing because I'm bored. I ain't got shit else to do. I don't want to be nobody's last resort. You're not about to have no access to me like that. Like, I think I said a couple podcasts ago where I actually had an ex do that to me. They was just like, oh, I was just checking on you, just seeing what you had going on. What you mean seeing what I had going on? Girl, fuck you, girl. Like, not like, you know, like, no shade, and I'm not being rude or nothing like that, but girl, fuck you. I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had our time together. It didn't work out, which is cool, but I don't need you hitting my line, disturbing my life, bringing up old memories and old feelings just because you bored. That's not cool. That's not fucking cool. That's lame as hell. Like, that's very toxic. That's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to know, like, you've got to know. I keep saying you've got to know, but you really have to make it your business to learn these things and literally know these things. So when the bullshit comes, you can see it right then and there, like, boom, like, oh no, this girl just hit me up because she bored. I don't have time for that. Let me cut that off and go on to my happy life and continue on with my happy life. You got to think about stuff like that. You are literally allowed to change the cost it takes for people to access you. Let me explain. If normally you would pick up the phone and y'all would just talk, and he or she would just waste your time and you would allow that, you can change that. You can say, listen, I don't have time to talk on the phone. We got to go out and do a business date or something like that. Get you a free meal. Shit. I'm saying, like, we got to go and go out and talk. You know what I'm saying? We got to spend time together. Or you got to make it to where people don't easily have access to you. Me now, personally, because I'm a influencer, as of right now, I'm handling like most of my accounts, but I'm in the process of kind of pushing that off to someone else, where I'll hire someone that's going to handle my social media accounts, because it really is a lot, honestly. You may think it's not, but it's really a whole lot of shit. I do my editing. I do my podcast, I'm doing like all the promo, like I'm doing a lot of the business, like the business part of it. I'm doing it all right now. Whereas soon I will hire someone to assist me with those things. You know what I'm saying? It's really a lot of work. But the thing about it is, like, I will still respond to people messaging me. It may be on some personal stuff and maybe some business stuff. But even if somebody's just reaching out like, hey, I want to thank you for this video, like, it really touched me, I will still respond to these people because, I still want to be personable. But some people will try to get too personal, and I will know when and how to cut that short. Listen, you're doing a little bit too much, baby. I may not say it like that. I may say it in a more professional way, because at the end of the day, I'm still a business owner. Although I'm a comedian, people will think, oh man, you funny. We know each other, like whatever. Yeah, that's cool. But at the same time, I'm still a business. Literally, I'm still a business. I'm not just a businessman. I'm a businessman, in Jay-Z's words. Like, that's real. Like, for real. Like, so I know how to maneuver with that. It took me a while to learn that, but that's something I know now today. So what I'll do is sometimes I just will not be able to respond to certain people because I don't have time for that type of conversation as of right now. If you hitting me up wanting to talk trash about somebody else, oh no, baby, we ain't doing that. I'm allowed to change that. I'm allowed to say, listen, I don't do that. I don't sit here and listen to you gossip. I don't do that. Even if I did before, even if I wasn't participating and I'm listening to you gossip about other people, it's at any point in time you can say, listen, we ain't doing that. I know I used to listen to you do all that shit before, but I ain't on that shit no more. Like, that ain't something that I want to engage in. We could talk about something else, or we could turn the music on, turn the radio on or something like that, but I ain't doing that. You can do that at any point in time in your life, because if it's not adding to you, it's taken away from you. So you talking about somebody else, don't you know that you putting that energy out into the universe, that same thing is going to happen to you? So you can't be shocked when you hear, oh, such and such been talking trash about you. You should know, like, that's going to happen, period. Especially if you out here talking trash about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Life just, you got to understand the universal laws. What does this thing say? It also says, you are allowed to change the process it takes to access you. Just like I just said, soon I will no longer be in charge of my messages. I am at some point going to stop taking on the whole job of my social media platform. Like, I will push that on somebody else. Whereas I will have more time to focus on other business ventures and businesses that I have going right now. I made the decision to do that. You can do the same thing too. What people don't understand is we all get the same 24 hours. But it's what you choose to do with all 24 of your hours, girl, boy, man, ma'am, sir, ma'am. What are you choosing to do with these 24 hours? You can still do the same thing you've been doing for years that kept you being a loser. Loser. You don't got to do that. You don't got to do that. You can literally be like, listen, I'm tired of being a loser. I'm going to find a way to win. I'm going to find out what I need to do to win. I'm going to start looking at the greats and listening to the greats and find out how they started winning. That's literally what I did. I was like, yo, I've been working for people since I was like 15, bro. I'm sick of this shit. And I literally just stopped working. I did not. Now, I'm not going to lie. I will not recommend that shit. Bitch, get you some damn savings. If you on your job and you know you about to quit, bitch, at least save about a month or I would say like at least a month or 2 or 3 worth of savings that will cover your monthly expenses before you quit that job, bitch. Because don't do like I did, because bitch, a bitch been struggling. All right, I don't mean struggling, I mean struggling.
Hold on. You said Mr. Ice-T Fresh made this beat? Hold on. You said Mr. Ice-T Fresh made this beat?
Oh no, I from Charleston.
Hold on. You said Mr. Ice-T Fresh made this beat?
You know what a C. Bitch been struggling, all right? You know what I'm saying? But I made that decision to be like, you know what? I'm not going to work for anybody else. I'm going to work for myself. That's a decision I made in my 24 hours. And every single day, I'm working towards building my entire brand, my entire empire. I chose to use my 24 hours wisely. It got to the point where I couldn't even talk to certain people. I literally couldn't hang out with certain people because me being around them, that shit dead ass depressed me, bruh. It's not that I didn't have fun with them. It's not that I didn't want to be around them. It's just that I know I had so much fucking work to do, and me being around them is wasting time. I'm wasting time hanging with you. I got work to do right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's not being shady, but I literally know all of the shit that I want to do, and I know I only got 24 hours in this one day to do that thing. I know Rome is not built in a day, so I'm going to have to take some breaks, of course. But today is not a break day. And on my break day, I want to do what I want to do. Not just because you hit me up, hey, I bored, come over, let's chill, let's smoke, let's drink, let's get fucked up. Like, no, girl, like, that's cool for you. That's cool if you want to do that. But I don't want to do that on my time off, on my free time. On my free time, I might want to catch up on the show. Whereas for me, catching up on a show is still kind of like studying for me because I'm a writer. You know, I write shows also. So I'm looking for ways that they did things in their shows. So, you know, I study the greats. That's just what I do. I study the greats so I can be greater. You know what I mean? So another thing, like on my time off, I might want to just disconnect from my phone and just go outside and stand in the sun in the grass with no shoes and socks on. That's just something I want to do. You have got to do things that matter to you. Again, you're allowed to change the cause and the whole process it takes to access you. Me now, this is so funny. This is so crazy that I literally had to do this, but I had to train myself to stop being on my phone so much. And the thing that assisted me with doing that is I would put my phone on silent and on do not disturb. And I have 2 phones. 2 of them, but I got 2 of them shut. 2 of them. So I had to put both of them on do not disturb and I had to put both of them on silent. And it's come to the point where I know, as I told y'all before, I don't speak to anybody before 9:00 a.m. if I don't have to. If it's not business or if it's not money related, I'm not doing that, because that time from 3:45 up until 9, I'm getting my shit together for the rest of the day, getting myself together and planning the rest of my day, because I be up early. Like, I be up early, and it's like around 12 or 1 o'clock. That's when I'm like, damn, the day ain't over yet. And it just be like early as fuck. I'm like, damn, I got all this damn day left. I be having long days because I get up early. And when by the time like 8, 9, probably 10 o'clock, if I ain't really doing nothing, I'm tired by then. I'm about tired. Bitch, I'm tired by that point. You know what I'm saying? Now, another way that you can actually take more time to not have people accessing you, because I know, of course, most people are so used to having other people around them. It's so easy for people to get caught up in that. Seriously. It's like, dang, like I know when I wake up, I always call my dog. Well, when you wake up from now on, just wake up and focus on you. Meditate. Spend some time with yourself. Find out some things that you do and don't like. Even if you be around other people, start paying attention to some shit that they do that be pissing you off. People gonna piss you off now. They might do something that might either piss you off or make you feel uncomfortable. And find out what those things are, because those are your triggers, and those are things that you do not need to have in your life on a daily basis. Again, you gotta give people, well, not even give people, give yourself the opportunity or the standstill. Girl, what the hell you talking about, the standstill? You gotta give yourself the power to be like, listen, we're not doing this no more. This is not what I do anymore. And that's okay. Ways that you can kind of spend more time on yourself and not spending your time on other people is self-care. You got to do what makes you happy. Again, like I said, one of the things that make me happy is watching a really good season of a show. Like, I just finished Insecure all 4 seasons last week, and I felt so good. It put me in the mood to write. Even before I started watching the shows, I went down to the park every time I rose, I opened my eyes, I would get myself together, fix me some tea, and I'll walk outside and go to the park and just look at the trees. I love nature. That's some shit that makes me happy. You got to do things that actually make you happy, because that's what's going to give you motivation to do the things that you love. And anything that doesn't align with that, you need to X that shit out your life for real. Anything that does not align with that, whether it's people, whether it's situations, whether it's places, X them shits out. You don't got time for that no more. You got time to be happy and use your 24 hours wisely. Life is so short. It really is. And if you want to make your mark while you're here, you got to do that shit. But of course, you got to love yourself enough to know, like, I can do that. I can do that. Like, I literally can take my time out of my 24 hours out of the day and work on something that I want to do. Work on something that makes me happy. Work on something that makes me better. Because people really will think that they have, like, they're entitled to your time. Like, no, like, yeah, I know we used to hang out every time, girl, but I really got to use this time to work on me. And some people literally won't do it because it's going to be hard initially. It's going to be hard for you not to, like, be around other people. It is hard because you used to talking to other people. Girl, talk to your damn self. I know people would be like, girl, you crazy for talking to yourself. No, how am I crazy for talking to the person that I've been with the longest, the person that knows me the best? Talk to yourself, and say things out loud so you can hear it out loud, as opposed to you talking out loud with somebody else and they take what you say and twist up your words or get offended by whatever you saying or something like that. It ain't got to be like that, baby. Go ahead and talk to yourself so you can hear what your thoughts sound like out loud. Because some shit you might be saying might sound dumb as fuck after you hear it out loud. You be like, damn, that sound dumb as fuck. Or damn, that sounds selfish as fuck. Damn, that was rude as fuck. You'll hear it. Even down to like reading self-care books or self-help books where you can better yourself. And if you don't like to read, which I'm telling you, reading is fundamental, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not a big reader, go look at people's interviews. People literally change over life. That's why I'm not really a big fan of the cancel culture, because people learn every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like, People want to cancel this celebrity for that. They want to cancel this celebrity for that. Like, yo, come on now. You got to give people grace because, like, shit happens. People learn. Everybody was brought up differently. Some people literally have to unlearn the things that they were taught and learn new ways to operate in life because some of those old ways, they were wrong. People were taught to do shit wrong. They were, period. Whether you like it or not, that's really what it is. So give people grace and give yourself grace enough to learn and to change and to be different. It's okay. At the end of the day, the only person that going in that casket when you leave here is you. The only person who won't have a soul occupying that body is you. You are the only soul that occupies your body. Nobody else does. And once you know your power and you understand your power and you love yourself enough to know, like, I don't have to do the same shit that I've been doing before. I don't have to. Like, literally, once that clicks in your mind and you start doing things and you start really realizing it, not just saying it, not just hearing other people saying it, but you actually realizing that shit yourself, you'll be so much more powerful than you are today. Seriously, I promise you. So go ahead and try it. Try it, at least for a day. If you can, at least for a day, plan your own day and do shit that you want to do. One day, at least one day. If you got to do one day out the week, or one day out the month, however you do it, try your hardest to work on yourself, to love yourself, and to learn how to change the cost. Change the cost of that people used to pay to access you. Change the process that people used to operate by to access you. Change it up, switch it up. And even if you got to do it for one damn day, for one day. Just love yourself enough to know that I can change and my whole entire life can change by doing this one thing. You don't just up and just become who you really want to be in your life just one day. One day you just wake up and boom, you change. No, you got to practice. Every single day you have to practice being who you want to be. So if you see yourself as somebody that wakes up and meditates, practice doing that. If you see somebody that wakes up, or you see yourself as somebody that wakes up and exercises, practice doing that. You have to practice. Practice makes perfect. Eventually, it'll be like second nature to you. Remember how you first started driving? Do you remember not knowing how to drive? Do you remember that shit? Like, I remember not knowing how to drive and having to go and take my driver's license test. Girl, I so mix up. My driver's test. I remember that. I remember being nervous, like, dang, I really hope they give me my license. Now, man, I'll drive and be eating. I'll drive and be posting. Drive and like, I will not recommend people to do this, but this is what the fuck I be doing because, like I said, I am the only employee in my business right now, so I got to do a lot of stuff at a lot of different times. But I can drive and do so much stuff because I practice driving. I've practiced for years now. I've been driving since I've been like 15 years old, and that's over 10 years now. Practice these things and it'll get better. I love you. You are loved. Always remember that. I'm going to end this podcast with that right here. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you are inspired to change. I hope you are inspired to better yourself. And another thing I want y'all to do is follow me on all my social media platforms. I am Harley Swoosh on YouTube and on Facebook. _ I am not a comedian on Instagram. And I'm Harley Swoosh on TikTok as well. Share this podcast to your friends because all of your friends need to hear this. I just really want people to be better. I want people to be happier. But you never really realize how unhappy you are and what really makes you unhappy. But if you take the time to figure out what those things are, life will be so much more easier for you to operate. Like as somebody says, oh girl, we going to the club, and y'all normally would go to the club and you would have a terrible time. Now you can know like, oh, I understand why I've been feeling terrible. It's because I don't be wanting to go to the club. So I'm going to just say no. You can say no. That's a possibility. You can say no. But I'm going to go ahead and end this, you know what I'm saying? Because I got some other stuff that I need to be doing, you know, serial entrepreneur things or whatever. Again, I love y'all. Please share my podcast. I pray that y'all have a great day. I know y'all will have a good day because I'm already telling y'all to. Peace, y'all, boy.
Hold on. You said Mr. Ice Fresh made this beat?